Thank you very much for staying tuned to LN247. It's still this morning show, this Wednesday morning, and we're going into another discussion as it involves pest control. Now, we know that pest infestation includes rodents, cockroaches, and termites. Is one experience nobody enjoys. Prominent among the causes of infestation is food and drink. In agriculture, insect pests are a major cause of crop yield losses around the world, and pest management plays a critical role in providing food security and farming income. Application of fertilizers, that is chemical and manure, has negatively related to reported pest severity among Nigerian farmers. The discussion of pest severity to the environment, landscape, agroeconomy, and socioeconomic is not very loud. However, the control or management of these species, defined as pests, no doubt impacts adversely on human activities. That is why we are having this conversation, and joining us now is an expert in exterminating pests. I'm talking about PCO Ayodeji Oluleye. He is the managing director of the Fortune Pest Control, and we have him right here in the studio. Good morning, Mr. Ayodeji.
It's a great honor to be here.
Yeah, you're welcome. Thank you very much. Now, we just saw the promo. You're having a conference on pest control.
Yeah.
That's quite interesting. We'll come back to that later on. So let's talk about it. Pest infestation is a big discomfort. Talk to us about, general pest control and management. Because in some homes, you could, anywhere you look, in fact, most homes, cockroaches, rodents, and all of that. How can that be managed?
Yeah, thank you so very much. Thank you for having me. It's a great honor to be here. Thank you for introducing me. I'm also the National Secretary of the Pest Control Association of Nigeria.
Oh, okay.
So that's
nice.
the umbrella body of all pest control practitioners in Nigeria.
So there is a national association for that. That is good to know.
I happen to serve as the National Secretary of the association.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
Pest, in its basic definition, is unwanted organism. Anything that is not wanted in a place. So when you don't look at, for example, if a human being can be a pest if it's in the wrong place.
That's true.
If it's in the wrong place. So we get to see. So now bringing it home to what we are conversing, we have like 2-3 categories that we can look at. We have the household public pests, household pests, which we mentioned the other time. We talk about rodents, rats, we talk about cockroaches, we talk about the biggest of them all, which is mosquito.
Oh, yes.
We talk about bed bugs, which is a menace in many societies, especially in Lagos, Nigeria. And we also have what we call the agricultural pests, which you mentioned at your intro when it comes to food security, food management. You see pests destroying 50% to large percentage of the crop yield in the year.
Yes.
So we have a lot of all these pests that destroy farm produce. So and we also have vectors of pests, vector in the sense that, and that is a threat to the public health, For example, you see people talk about malaria. What is malaria? It's mosquito. Mosquito is a threat. When we talk about cholera, for example, what is cholera? Taken by flies. Flies taking a certain parasite into people's food, and there's a trigger of such. So these have central effect, not just in homes, but in the entire nation. Not only will it affect your food yield, your food produce, it's also the health of the people.
Of course.
The health of the people. So pest is a critical element, even though mostly ignored by many, but it's a critical thing that everybody, both private, public, and individual, should look into critically, because it contributes largely to your well-being. So
how can it be managed? Because mosquito is a major one that most people, experience, and like you rightly said, mosquito, the end product of that is malaria. And then you have the cockroach. Then the other time there was the breakout of Lassa fever because of the infestation of rodents and all of that. So in a home setting, how best can one manage pests?
Thank you so very much. One thing that we preach, in everything we do, pest management is, we call something integrated pest management. That means there is no. A lot of people always say, "Oh, I have rat here, give me the rat killer. I have mosquito here, give me the insecticide."
Yeah.
That should be the last approach to the war against pests.
Oh, really?
Because using of chemical itself should be largely avoided.
Okay.
because of the health risk. I study chemistry, so to the health risk every chemical poses to human health and the environment. So that means in approaching pest control, application of chemical is always the last strike of your weaponry. So there are many efforts you need to put into controlling and managing pests. And that's why we call it pest control and pest management. It's not pest eradication, because you cannot eradicate them.
Pests,
So somebody will say, for example, in our basic work, come and do fumigation in my house, and I still see a fly. It's okay. It's allowed. It has not got into economic ratio. So don't say the thing did not work, because we cannot eradicate flies everywhere. We can manage them. We can control them. We can keep them where they should be. Don't get to my kitchen. Don't get within my house. But can you control it outside of your house? So that's why we call it pest management, not pest eradication. So how do you now manage it in your household? Everyone has a household, and it starts from there. You have to do what is called proper screening of your house. So a lot of people are careless with the way they manage their space. And I believe this program is one of the programs that will enlighten a lot of people on how to, beyond sanitation, which I'm still going to get to.
Yes.
Now, you have a house. You have to ensure that every openings in your doors are well sealed. Your windows are well screened. There are no broken windows. Your cabinet under your kitchen, your AC vent, all those tiny holes. Cockroaches can enter, even snake can enter, wall gecko can enter, rat can enter. And when you are careless with those little spaces around your home becomes the new zoo, the habitat for all these animals to start playing. Then it now leads to what you don't want, infestation. And when it leads to infestation, it becomes an infection, becomes causative organism, diseases. Diseases, because we mentioned Lassa fever is carried by rats.
Yes.
Rats is the carrier of that particular pathogen. You mentioned malaria is carried by mosquito.
Yes.
You mentioned wall gecko, even though wall gecko in itself is not venomous. And I'm using this opportunity to debunk that reality. A lot of people think wall gecko, if you fall on your food
that it becomes poisonous.
It's not. Okay. That's a lie. That's a lie against wall gecko.
Okay. Wall gecko has been cleared. Yes, wall gecko has been cleared.
Yeah, that's a lie against wall gecko. In fact, it's one of the most harmless animals in the world.
Oh, really?
It doesn't have any venom in its tongue. It doesn't have any venom in its body. It falls anywhere. It doesn't secrete venom. In fact, it's a natural pest control agent because it helps to control mosquitoes and flies in your home.
I've seen them eat those things.
You understand? It's a biological. So, but the challenge is because, like every other animal, they walk around dirty spaces. Then there are certain bacteria that are on their body. If they fall on your food, it is the same way you have contamination with
cockroaches too.
Cockroaches, you understand? So a lot of people have said, wall gecko, like a spiritual thing. No, it's an harmless organism.
Okay,
so that is just so at the same time, when you actually take insect away from your house, take cockroach away from your house, you will not see wall gecko in your house. Because the reason why you are seeing wall gecko in your house is because they want to eat those cockroaches. The cockroach, the mosquito attract them into your space. So you can, it's a one step leading to the other.
Like a chain.
It's a chain, so you have to break the food chain.
Oh, that's good. Breaking the food chain.
Okay, yes. We understand that you specialize in the production of other products and of products and services when it comes to pest control and all of that. Some people would, like you said, want to eradicate pests in their homes, or they would like to minimize them to, like you said, they cannot really get rid of them, but at least to the barest minimum. What are some of the things?
Thank you. In every health situation, we have what we call first aid approach. Even in emergency, in public health, first aid approach. And in pest management, we have what we call DIY, which is do it yourself.
Oh, okay.
That means it's not everybody out there that can afford my company to come and work in their space. Yeah, you understand. That is the basic reality.
Of course.
But you understand that everybody has this problem of pests.
Right. Yes.
Then we must enlighten them the way we enlighten them. The way you need to have the basic DIY product in your house to help you give first aid approach before it becomes an epidemic.
Okay.
You can manage certain issue while you sit there before it becomes, you just open your house, you see rat like 10s and 20s inside there.
That's embarrassing.
When you get to that
when you have visitors and then the rats are running around.
And they will have domesticated themselves inside your house, that they are no longer seeing you, they are seeing you as a threat.
They are not afraid
They are enjoying your
of you.
presence. So when it gets to that point, you now know there's trouble.
Of course.
That means, but if you've been managing it effectively, when there was just one, before the litter become multiply, using the rodenticide that we produce, that we import, and we sell, using the basic insecticide spray, using it according to labor's prescription.
Okay.
Because what I found out is a lot of people abuse product. There are certain products that you see people selling on traffic that you don't have any reason to buy. It is illegal for you to buy pesticide on traffic because, number one, the potency level will have dropped, sun will have affected it, biodegradation will have happened to those products, then it will have become another chemical by virtue of, you know,
that exposure to that
a
environment.
reaction will have taken place, which will now become a threat to your well-being, to your health, to you applying it. So it is not meant to be sold in such an atmosphere. It's a controlled kind of product. You know, it's like a prescriptive drug that, you know, you have to have it. So that's why you need to, you can't just buy, oh, I have rat in my house. Okay, what is that thing they use for rat killer? You can just be buying poison for your environment, which may in turn hurt you. So seek expert advice always. That is what we preach at PEC and Pest Control Association of Nigeria. Seek expert advice. Don't try to attack it the way you think you can attack it, so that at least you don't, while you are trying to kill rats, you don't end up
to enjoy yourself in the
and
process.
the environment.
Now, you mentioned something when you were answering this last question from Cleo, the do-it-yourself things that you should have. Can you share some of those do-it-yourself with us and our viewers?
Thank you so very much. First and foremost, basically, in every house, you need what we call insecticide to use. Like I mentioned, it's very important you know the type of insecticide. Not every insecticide is meant for indoor. Some are meant for outdoor. So people don't read label. People, that I have that issue. People don't. That's why I'm emphasizing on that. People need to read label because that thing is in the label of the product. There are some that are written there, do not use inside the house. But it's one of the most used things inside the house. I won't be mentioning product. And it's written there clearly, not for inside, not for indoor.
And then they are still using it.
So if anything happened to you and people, they say 10 people sleep in the house and they did not wake up, the company is indemnified.
It's not liable. Because it's already written in their label.
But the company, you understand, they still want to sell product, you keep buying. You keep buying. So we encourage Nigerians to ensure that you read label. Is very important. So you want to get rid of mosquito, read. Is it meant for mosquito? Is it NAFDAC approved for mosquito control? So we have a product fumicide that we manufacture, that we sell, NAFDAC approved. We have another product, the Fortune Chlorfluclomafene, which is an anticoagulant rodenticide for rats. It's not just the regular killer rat product you see on the street.
I was going to ask that this advanced.
For example, most of the rodent product you see on the street is if any other person, any other species of animal mistakenly take a bite, like your dog or anything take a bite, there's no remedy. Within 30 minutes, even that person is gone. No doctor can, it takes a miracle for that thing to be alive. But you see, we have to look at science, we have to look at innovation, we have to look at global standard. What is obtainable all over the world? Then we brought in a new range of products called the anticoagulant range. They are secondary coagulant. That means they have antidotes. They don't kill fast, but they will eventually kill if you don't infect the antidote. And the antidote is quite cheap across the counter. It's vitamin K. So that means if anybody peradventure ingest it, or an animal that you don't ingest and you discover within a day, because it takes 3 days before it acts, unlike 10 minutes on. There won't be room for rescue. And unfortunately, those are the ones people are buying in the street. Sharp killer and dry. Because
they want instant solution.
Scientifically, there is nothing called kill and dry. These are abuse of marketing terms in the street.
Because of the sale of
Because of the sale. So there's nothing called kill and dry. Is it the one that will kill and dry now? You know, those are the terrible things that is being sold everywhere. But we have to reorientate people.
And that is why you have this conference.
That's one of the key
Tell us a bit about this conference.
Thank you so very much.
How can people be part of it? And who is even allowed to be at this conference?
Thank you. So Pest Management Conference, as it's named, is a conference that is going to be gathering all the stakeholders in pest management industry, both in Nigeria and diaspora. And we thought to ourselves, we need to have conversations around our industry. We thought to ourselves, we need to extend knowledge, share knowledge network, let everybody come to the table and have conversation about some of the challenges we face and how to improve, how to get better, how to get to the global power. Even to the fact that the Western world can look at us in Nigeria and say, I want to copy what you guys are doing.
Exactly.
Because we want to set the pace for
global standards.
We don't need to just be learning from them. We want to also set the pace from here. So we look at it, we put up a conference, and amazingly, it has been widely accepted by regulators, practitioners. It's happening next week Thursday at the Providence Hotel, Ikeja GRA. It's an exclusive facility, so we invite everybody. Maybe if I'm allowed to call a phone number, you can call me after. So if you want to participate,
the promo will run again.
Participate, just give us. We still have a few spaces left to be occupied, so you can take it quickly. And we invite you to be there. Come and learn new things. Come and have a feel of what we're talking about. A lot of you ignore these little things, and it has cost a lot of people their lives. It has cost a lot of people their well-being, and it is huge. Like I mentioned, our food security. We are saying there is no field.
I was going to talk about that.
Pests destroy more than 50% of our yield.
Crop yield.
Yeah.
It does. Beyond crop yield, pests also affect our livestock.
Yes.
Yeah.
The cattle farmers are battling certain parasite or the other. The poultry farmers, even the fish farmers. So you can see this thing is like our neck. If you don't give it priority, unfortunately, what I've found out is, because pest management is a proactive approach to healthy living, a lot of us don't like proactive approach. We always prefer curative approach. It is, I have malaria, give me anti-malaria. But you will spend less to prevent
that malaria. Yeah.
So it seems not to, and that is the essence of this pest management conference. That's why we're using the opportunity to call the government and everybody going to be saying it. Because if you could spend 5% of the budget we put on curative, on proactive and preventive approach, we will have much better results.
Which was the same thing we said earlier.
Yeah. So, so this conference and this pest control thing is putting like a stopgap to avoid whatever might have happened as a result of the infestation of pests, whether in a domestic environment and when it comes to economic or agri-economy. Okay, let's just, for the final time, let's run again through the time, the date, and the venue, so for the sake of our viewers.
Yeah, Pest Management Conference organized by The Fortune is holding on Thursday, the 25th of July, 2024, starting 8 a.m. Nigerian time, GMT +1, and holding at Providence Hotel GRA. People are coming from all over Nigeria, even from Ghana, from different parts of the world. And it's going to be a glorious, excellent conference. So I encourage you, you have interest in pest control business, or you want to come into our industry just like us. We are not just like those people that carry porn. See some people carry porn on the street, So they see them doing like this on the street. But there's a more advanced way of practicing the business. It's a big industry. In fact, the current estimate of the industry is $5 billion now.
Wow.
The
For
current
Nigeria.
estimate. So it's amazing, and people ignore it. It's amazing because it affects every area of life. It affects food industry. You buy, a lot of people import wheat, import this. Before you know it, weevils have entered into it. They need people to control it. They need so this is massive. So just
and then when you're talking about control of infestation, like the wheat or beans, because we've seen situations where pest control is used to preserve beans, and then the beans become poisonous for the individual.
That's the abuse we're talking about. That's the abuse we're talking about, because people that don't have reason to undo pesticide, they are allowed to undo it. And they don't read, they just feel that if you apply this thing, there will not be weevils in the beans, then they over-apply. And that's the reason why the Western nation banned the beans from Nigeria. I hope that is being reviewed by the Federal Ministry of Agri. I don't have the current, but it was banned at the point because the pesticide concentration in our beans was too much, too high.
So hence the reason for this conference.
Hence the reason for this conference. People need to understand application, method, re-entry period. When you apply, how long should it take in your store before you can move it to the market? Can you apply today and just start selling today? No. Because there's a shelf life. There's a period you need to put it in your silo, whatever, for it before you can be moving to the market. Who is obeying that? Everybody wants to sell. And what I would say to people is that, remember, what goes around comes around. You sell poison to the people, your children still going to eat this thing. So let's be reasonable as a nation. Let's be reasonable. So get to this program. Let's talk together. Let's build a viral nation, a good nation together, healthy nation together, and let's have conversation about this key and very important industry.
Yeah, I did notice
Nigeria.
that you have keynote speakers. You know,
Yes.
when the promo was playing as well, and like you said, they're coming from all over the world as well. So now, I think this will be my one final question. You know, you mentioned how creative or lucrative, you know, the business of going into, you know, pest control and all of that is. What would be your motivation, or to talk to someone who might want to take it as a thing of interest, you know, because like, I don't think we have enough knowledgeable pest controllers. I think they are just few, apart from those ones who you see carrying trucks, you know, and selling pest control off the shelf. You know, what would be your advice to those who want to go into it and really want to learn it, you know, and become a professional like you?
First and foremost is register for this conference.
Okay.
At this conference, you will have the introduction to the industry.
All right.
Your mind will be open about the industry. You see the market value of the industry. You see the market. You learn. There's a section of the conference that's going to talk about the marketing and the business part of it. How do you sell? How do you market? How do you get the customers?
Okay.
There's another section that's going to teach about the technical. How do you even operate? How do you apply different chemicals? And there's also a section that's going to talk about even the insect. Like we are bringing Professor Phil from University of Florida. He's going to be talking entomology of insect.
Wow.
So this insect, because you need to understand each of these insects. How do they multiply? How do they yield? How do they be? You need to understand. And anybody from any background can do that.
Can do it.
You don't have to have a science background. You don't even have to have more than school start living. You just want a better life for yourself, and you think you can. In fact, you can be an investor and you want to invest in this, because we need more people. We need more people because it's a vast industry. Look at the street of Lagos. Look at Nigeria. So you are interested, give us a call, register in just 8 days from today, and participate in this one-day conference, and you change your life, I assure you.
All right. Thank you very much. You said it already. So the promo will run one more time. You see all the information, and make sure you register to be part of this innovative idea coming from the Fortune Pest Shop, and then the Pest Shop NG.
And the Fortune.
The Fortune Pest Shop. Thank you very much, Mr. Ayodeji.
Yeah, Ayodeji.
Yes, I got that. Thank you very much for being here.
Lovely to have you here.
Thank you. It's a great honor. I appreciate it.
All right. The Morning Show will continue right after this break. Just stay tuned.
The world of pest control is advancing, and Nigeria is set to take the lead in urban pest management practices. Whether you're a seasoned pest control expert or an enthusiastic newcomer, get ready for a game-changing event at the inaugural Pest Management Conference 2024 with the theme, Current Standards in Urban Pest Management. Join industry leaders like Professor Philip Kohler from the University of Florida, USA, Professor Kende Kamambonta from the University of Lagos, Nigeria, Dr. Rebecca Baldwin, PCO, Michael Shomoye, and other renowned experts. Date, Thursday, July the 25th. Time, 9 a.m. sharp. Venue, the Providence Hotel Conference Hall, Ikeja, GRA, Lagos. Be part of Africa's first of its kind convergence of pest management experts.
IPM.
Special time to network, share
Integrated
knowledge,
Pest
and enjoy
Management.
culinary delights. Register now at www.conference.pestshop.ng. For further inquiries on sponsorship and exhibitions, call 090-999-07382. This conference is powered by D Fortune Pest Solutions Limited in partnership with pestshop.ng, ENVU, and Wells Electronics Taiwan, and many more. The world of pest control is